Hey! We're here. We're late as usual. We're still trying to figure out that whole landscape thing, and it doesn't work. We don't get it. So you're just gonna have to see half of our faces. Hey!
Hey everybody.
Oh, look at that. Everybody's joining. All right, so sorry about last week. I had to bail on everybody last week, so but I'm here now, and let's do this. We thought today we would
Hi Allison, we miss you too.
we thought today that we would maybe show how our knitting. Oh, hi. We Canada Post again.
That's not for you.
It's so funny. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we thought we'd show our first knitting projects, where we started from.
Carrie will show her first.
I will show my first because it wasn't that long ago. Jolene's been knitting for quite a long time, so. Aw, thanks Heather, we love you too. So, where did we start? Well, there was a couple of projects that I started and frogged, and they hurt my hands because my tension was off, and I didn't know how to read patterns or choose the right weight yarn, so it just wasn't working out. So I guess my first successful knit was Kate Davies' owl sweater. Oh, that's weird. It's got bird poop on it. The story of my life, bird poop on everything. Okay, so this is my owl sweater with the little cables that look like owls. They're so awesome. I didn't put buttons on because that was a lot of work. I made it out of, what did I make this out of? It's alpaca for sure.
Is it the Estelle alpaca chunky or Ella Ray alpaca chunky? It's one of those two.
Yeah, it's either Estelle or Ella Ray alpaca chunky. And I think I did a pretty good job. Waist decreases, not so much. They're a little funky, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The armpits are not great, but yeah, it's a super soft sweater. I don't do well with soft yarns. I think I'm too hard on my clothes to wear soft yarns, so it's really fuzzy and bally. Oh, look at that.
Hi, Caitlin. Oh, decreases?
Yeah, that's a decrease. Anyways, so that's that. That was my first project. This one has not been washed yet for the season, but it's okay. And then my second project.
When did you make this?
Oh yeah. Oh, when did I make it?
It wasn't that long ago.
No, it really wasn't. 2017?
Or 2016.
Maybe 2016. 2016. Yeah, 2016. That sounds about right. 4 years? I'd say that's right. 2016. And I was just an annoying customer at the Little Red Mitten at that point. I came in almost daily. I think I shared that with Allison one day because Allison was lamenting she felt so bad because she comes in all the time, and I totally could commiserate with her because I did that all the time. And then Jolene helped me with the finishing stuff. Oh, I think you had to redo the neckline. No, the bottom, because the cast off was so tight.
Too tight?
Yeah.
That sounds like something.
Yeah. So that was that. And then my second project that I started shortly thereafter, which was a big undertaking. And because I didn't have a stash at the time, so this shawl ended up costing me about $300. $300 shawl because I didn't have scraps or a stash. It's the Andrea Mowry Find Your Fade.
7 colors, 9 colors, something
like that. And she's a big one. It's about 12 or 13 feet tip to tip. It just keeps going and going and going. and going. So I do love this. I do wear it quite often. Sometimes I wear it as a hap. But let me tell you, casting on this, keep in mind this is my second project. Casting on 3 stitches, it was like knitting water. It was a challenge. So I'd never or other than those few decreases in my sweater. Anyways, second project, it was a challenge. I love it. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, I brought a couple things. So I started knitting when I was 11. I took
Wait.
What weight yarn did you
It was
use
all
that?
fingering.
Yeah.
Or light fingering. Some were light fingering. Okay, go.
Yeah, I started knitting when I was 11. I took a class through the PUC in London, which I think it's called Spectrum now, Spectrum magazine. So I took it at one of the elementary schools, and I was the only child in the class. It was all, I always make fun of this, I always laugh, as all older women, and I remember thinking they were like ancient. And I'm like, they were probably 40, but it felt like they were like 85 or something like that when I was 11 years old. But I was the only child in the class, and it was learn to knit, and it was learn to knit a yoke sweater with color work in the yoke. So my first sweater was a bottom up sweater with just one color of color work in the yoke, and I remember it being cream with green in the yoke, and I don't know what happened to that. I think my only problem with the sweater was my cast off.
Tight.
It was hard to get over my head, but I think that's
But
really...
it fit well otherwise?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my first project.
Wow.
And I don't have any of my early stuff.
What happened to it?
I don't know. Donations? I have no idea. No idea.
Were you knitting with like good wool? Or were you knitting with Walmart?
It would have been like no, it would have been from, what was that craft store?
Mary Massey?
No. Lewis Craft?
Oh yeah, Lewis Craft.
Yeah, it would have been from Lewis Craft. And it was probably, I feel like it was probably like a Patton's acrylic.
Okay.
That's my guess.
So that's why you don't have it anymore.
Yeah. So I just brought some of my favorites, or what I could find when I was looking for stuff to grab. I haven't washed anything for the summer yet. But yeah, so this first one is my Rhapsody and Cables sweater.
I remember when you did this and it blew me away.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. So that's the front. It's cast on. You cast on in the center front here, and you work out this way, and then you take out your provisional cast on and you work this way down the sleeves until it's, yeah, there's cables all the way down the sleeves. And then this is the back. No picking up.
Okay.
And then the back has cables. You pick up, you pick up after across the back shoulder, which was worked across sideways with the rest, and you pick up and knit down.
It's a ho-he.
This was a sweater knit along, Caitlin, that we did, where you just got to choose whatever sweater you wanted, but I let everybody vote for what one I made.
Yeah. That's
so great. I put like 4 or 5 options out there on, I think, on our Ravelry page, and everybody voted on what one I should be making. I knew they were going to vote for this because it was by far the hardest one. And like I just. But
you motored in this, like.
I actually really liked it. It went pretty fast. It is worsted weight. It's done out of Malabrigo Rios, so it actually went quite quickly, which for that much patterning is impressive. So yeah, so I absolutely love that one. I would make it again. I would totally make it again.
Scary.
You want me to go again? I can go again.
I really only brought my 2 beginning projects.
I remember mine was in a pile. Yeah. That's like so many of my knit-alongs. You start because everybody's starting and then meh, lose momentum. This sweater.
It's a recent one.
It is a recent one, and we've shown this pattern before, but it looks a little different because this is just done in Noro. It's the Simple Summer Sweater by Joji Locatelli.
Super simple summer sweater.
Super simple summer sweater. Carrie showed hers off last time, and hers has the big stripes, the big bold stripes, but I did not stripe it. I just knit it plain. I absolutely love the fit. It's a yoke design.
It's a great sweater.
It's a really
But you didn't post
basic
this
sweater
in our Ravelry super simple summer sweater knit along group.
I didn't.
No, you
Mine
should.
would have been done before we actually started the super summer
Okay.
sweater knit along. That's probably why, but I can post it there so that there's a picture. What else? Ooh, I've got lots. Is Heather still on? Ooh, Heather. Timber socks. So I just finished these probably at the beginning of lockdown. They're just plain socks. They're for my youngest son. Last year when we were... Yeah. So last year, Carrie and I did 100 days of not casting on. This was my only exception. My son's appendix burst, and I thought while we were in the hospital that I should be knitting socks for him. So Carrie picked out the yarn, which is the... Heather, where are you? Ravenclaw. Intelligent Eagle colorway by Timber Yarns, and which is his house. And I cast these on while he was in the hospital, and I finished them about a year after his appendix.
He was
surgery.
well healed.
He was well healed. He went to camp that weekend because only 14-year-olds can have surgery and go to overnight camp in May. So it wasn't even warm out. It was like freezing, and he's sleeping on the ground.
Yeah. They're resilient little buggers.
They are. I brought a bunch of socks. These were long on the needles too.
Those are pretty.
Those are a modified monkey sock by Cookie A? Is that her name? I think it's Cookie A. I can't remember. Cookie. It's Cookie something. I have her book. So I changed it. It does usually have some purl stitches in this design, and I changed it to a no purl design. And actually I think it goes on the back. Anyway, the lace pattern is from that, and then I changed it a little bit. The sock yarn is...
It's pretty. Blues and greens.
It is pretty. The sock yarn is pretty. It'll come to me in just a second. An Ontario dyer.
It looks like coriander.
It's not.
It's not coriander.
An Ontario dyer.
Wow, that really narrows it down.
That doesn't narrow it down. She's been around for a long time. She's awesome. I can tell you her career history. I just can't say the name of her company. I'm just going to let that one come to me. I'll let you know.
We'll let that marinate.
Yeah. Ooh, another sweater.
This is a good one.
How's that? Yeah. I love this sweater. This sweater is... I should write all this stuff down before I... This sweater is by Amy Herzog.
There we go.
And it starts with a P.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to leave that at that. It is knit out of Malabrigo sock yarn. And Carrie's going to go answer the door. So it's knit out of Malabrigo sock yarn. It was a slog of knitting for sure. Sorry, it's probably a little loud right now.
Oh, you have to tap. Okay.
So yeah, there's waist shaping here in the middle of the back. It fits awesome. So
thanks.
Yeah. I love it. It's definitely one of my favorites. Here, I'll sit right in the middle. I brought this one knowing that it has a big snag in it that I have to fix, which actually motivated me to bring it because it might remind me that I need to fix that. So yeah, it's got this big snag in it. Caitlin, I think I snagged it when we were going to Cuba, and I was supposed to do it while we were sitting in Cuba, but that didn't happen. So this is my something point. Oh my gosh, I know this. Starting point. My starting point shawl by Hoki Locatelli. So she did this one, and then she did one that's called the fading point, which has the same kind of design to it, but you fade your colors. Hey Sandy. And yeah, this one has, let's test me and see if I can name the yarns. Well, that's the same, this is the same yarn as my sweater that I just showed, Malabrigo sock.
There you go, my dear.
I think that's Manos de Uruguay Alegria. That's Malabrigo sock, the navy blue. I think it's just those two. 3 colors of Manos de Uruguay Alegria.
Starting point?
And it's starting point.
Starting point.
Yeah. So this is what, how tall is that? Oh, this is like 8 feet.
8 feet, yeah.
Yeah, here, we'll walk. There's the start. The starting point. Look at those. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at all that.
Ooh.
The center.
This is a interactive podcast. I guess it's not a podcast. What is this? Live?
It's alive.
Yeah. Oh, now my hands smell like Lysol.
Nice and clean. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
Oh, thanks, Sandy. Yes, it is me. I am here today for our live. Then I'll have to go home for a lengthy nap.
Yeah, the reason you hear so much background noise is we have some coworkers back with us, which is nice. But because Carrie's been under the weather, so I needed some help. So yeah, so that's why it's a little louder than normal. It's not. It's been 9 weeks. Yes, I want to go back to Cuba. Any minute now. I'm a little scared of the airports at this moment, but yeah. But yeah, it's been 9 weeks of just Carrie and I in the building, and it's a little odd actually. It's a little funny hearing somebody else's voice. It's like, who's here? Yeah. So
people getting excited because they think that we're actually open because different voices are answering the phone. And, yeah.
So
oh, thank you, Amber.
yeah.
So
Show some of your whips.
Yeah. So that's the way I've been feeling lately. I'm having some issues concentrating on stuff. So bear with me. So I was working on this Bloom sweater by Janice Hope. Look at that.
Wow.
I didn't even have to look it up this time. Whoops, and I'm doing okay on it. Yeah, I think I really only have about 19 rows to go.
Look
maybe.
at that lace and noop.
Yeah, the noops are fun. Nice. But yeah, this is beyond my mental capacity right now. So I bailed on this. I've been watching a lot of podcasts at home, and I was watching Codependent Knitters, Lisa and Dawn, and Lisa had cast on, not Pearl Soho, a Espace Tricot European road trip, and I thought, that's a good project for me right now because it's just stockinette. So this is living in my Opal Handmade Off With Their Heads Alice in Wonderland bag that I got for my birthday. So Lisa was making it out of the Holst Garn Coast, which is their lamb's wool and cotton. It's really lovely. I guess it blooms quite a lot. There's some machine oil in it. It's a light fingering weight. So I cast this on, and I got through, I'm on the straight stockinette. So this bad boy is like, I don't know, 7 or 8 feet long, a straight stockinette. Well, I got this far and I thought, the hell with this. This is too simple.
Ooh, I'd love a Leo and Roxy podcast.
Yeah.
We are getting slightly more comfortable in front of the camera. We both consider ourselves incredibly awkward.
Super awkward.
I don't think Ray is watching right now, but she can attest for...
Yeah.
She tried to just kind of do a quick video with us when we were doing a trunk show with her, and
I tried to walk down imaginary stairs.
It's quite embarrassing.
It's awful.
But
anyways,
yeah, we are.
Yeah, we might try that, but I don't know why we chose the Mitten to do it. We figured it's well established. People aren't going to not show up because we did a podcast. Anyway, so that's that. That's a lot of stockinette, so that will be maybe car knitting. Yeah, go. You can do something.
I'll do more finished stuff. I have 3 more things here. I don't know if I have the book over there. This is a pair of socks made with scrappy yarn, really. I think I did the blue. Yeah, I did the blue all the way through, and then knit through scraps until they ran out. The pattern is from the book Knits About Winter by Emily Foden. Yeah.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah, the Knits About Winter book. Yeah, and I really love them. They're great. So it's
so
fingering
thick.
weight held double, so it's like DK weight to worsted weight sock. Nice boot sock. I think I cast these ones on with the thought of them being for my nephew for snowmobiling. So that's probably, I think that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Look at all the socks. My goodness.
These are similar. I brought these to show off something else. So this one's just a pattern from my head, but it is fingering weight held double, but the same colorway. And I just wanted to show you what speckling yarn can do. So look at those.
Wow.
That is the same skein of yarn. So sometimes the speckles just hit a certain part of the skein and you get that all in one part of the project. Yeah, this was from a fellow Ontario dyer, and yeah, it happens a lot. Happens with ours, happens with
I was just going to say, that looks like something I've dyed.
Yeah. And yeah, people always ask, and this even held double, which I went from the inside and the outside of the ball, so I would have thought that would have mixed it up a little bit, balanced it a little bit more.
I wonder what else could you do to maybe separate the balls?
Separate them into 2 balls and then go from one and the other?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. This has never been an issue for me. I love it. But people do ask, and people get concerned when their socks look different. So sometimes with the variegateds and speckles, you're going to get something like that. But yeah, I don't care. And
They're
I
fully
love
functional.
it. And I love it.
You still keep your feet warm.
So this is why we always recommend with big projects to rotate skeins. So every 2 rows, every other row, you have 2 skeins going in a sweater, just to prevent stuff like that, especially if it's highly colored like this.
You can look up the helical knitting, that so you don't end up with that strand up the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Helical knitting is kind of magical. So let's see. Okay, so Bloom sweater was too complicated. European road trip shawl, a little bit too much stockinette. So I picked up my Enchanted Mesa by Stephen West, a sweater that I started at Sticks and Stones, a trunk show last November with Jess and Allison from J. Hendry and Full Moon Fibers. And it was hibernated for quite some time. So I finished the body up until the point where I need to do brioche. So now I'm back at the bloom sweater. I don't know if I can do the brioche, but anyways, this is where I'm at with it. It is a funky sweater. And this is with Leo and Roxy Leo and our Advent mini kit in Downton Abbey. And there was some purpose when I was striping. I tried to repeat the stripes, but I'm quite happy with it. It's just an odd, I think it's the dotted rays shawl.
I think that's what it started with, yeah. So.
And then he added a body and sleeves. So it is, I've tried it on a couple of times while I've been knitting to see for length. And I think it's going to be a warm, comfy sweater. And I think there's a new tradition because Jess has worn her Enchanted Mesa 2 years in a row with our little trunk show that we do at Sticks and Stones. So I'll wear mine, Jess can wear hers, and you didn't frog yours, did you?
No, not yet.
Good.
Not yet.
So Jolynn may finish hers, and maybe we can all wear them together.
Sounds good.
We can triplet.
All right, this is my last finished object. I feel like I might have showed this a while ago. This is, help me out, the class.
It was a
Strange
class?
Brew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
we took a class with Alexis from Tin Can Knits back in October, and it was like design your own Strange Brew thing. I wrote nothing down. I played yarn chicken with every color. So yeah, it is what it is. It just was playing with
and this is
different patterns through the yoke just to try all the different patterns out. I think it's considered DK. But yeah, I did it short sleeved and cropped, kind of like the style of the Soldotna.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Strange
It's
Brew
pretty.
pattern.
It's so funny that yours is so different from mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You finished yours completely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I showed it.
I think you showed it too.
Yeah.
So that's it for my finished things. And then I've just got my only thing I've worked on since, whoa, needles popping out at me.
Yeah.
This isn't my Opal Handmade Exploding TARDIS bag. See the TARDIS.
Opal Handmade is Jolynn's daughter, Avery, and she's young. She's 17 now?
She was 17.
Yeah, she's 17, and she does a great job. They're nice. I like them because they're floppier. I mean, I do like sturdy bags as well, but I love these because you can like really jam them into a handbag or something.
Yeah. Go in my backpack every day. So last, I guess almost a week.
I forgot about this.
You forgot about this brain thing. I guess a week and a half ago.
She comes to work and she says, "We're making bikini tops."
They're bralettes.
Bralette, sorry.
They're not being worn at the beach. No. So this is, I think it's inside out actually. It's the DK bralette pattern by Jessie May. Sorry.
Oh yeah. That's pretty awesome.
So I still need to do one more like cup right here. This is where my needles are attached. But yeah.
Here, I'll simulate.
Carrie's gonna be boobs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot all about this, that we were gonna do this.
It's really cool. So yeah, I'll walk you through my brain. 11:30 at night, I decide I'm gonna make a bralette, so I download the pattern. And I thought, if I go into my sock yarn bin and there's something already caked up, I'm casting on. I should be going to bed. I do have to be at work the next day. But I get in my sock yarn bin, and after digging for just a second, I do have a lot of yarn. After digging for just a second, I found a skein of yarn, which was not caked up at the time. It's caked up now, and it's not what this one is. That was not caked up at the time, but then I stopped looking. So it was this color, which was our Tits Out color from 2018.
Yeah.
And Tits Out was a worldwide indie dyer charity event put on by...
In response to like a social media blow up or something like that.
The Countess Ablaze ran it. Somebody had copied one of her colorways and even named it the same name and stuff, and totally had ripped off her colorway. On top of that, somebody else was asking for free yarn in order to promote her. And so her response was to give away the recipe that she did her colorway with, basically giving just the dye colors that she used, and inviting all of us indie dyers to create our own, because she said, like, there is only so many colors, but there's no reason to copy exactly when you look at somebody else's yarn, and to create our own. And the movement was called it was the Tits Out Collective, and the reason it was called Tits Out was about the people asking, and she was getting sick of people asking for free things to expose her. So it was, if I want exposure, I'll get my tits out. So that's what the movement was. We all gave to charity. I don't remember the numbers, but it was tons of money, worldwide in pounds. She broke it down to how much was donated in American dollars, Canadian dollars, pounds or euros, Australia. Like, it was all pretty phenomenal. It was pretty amazing. So we both dyed a colorway. So this was mine, which is very different. I don't have Carrie's here right now, but which is very different to Carrie's, which is different to everybody else's. Carrie ordered one online when they were on sale that was self-striping. There was so many. So I have the idea to make a bra, and I find the Tits Out yarn. And so you need to make a bralette in Tits Out. I ended up casting it on in something else because I thought we might want to do a charity knit along.
We could re-release that colorway. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking we would dye up our Tits Out colorway. So the other condition on this colorway is that if we continue selling it, so we sold it during the big event. If we continue selling it, we need to donate to charity from these sales. So I thought we would re-dye it, choose a charity, and maybe have a knit along for Bralette. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, let me know what you think. I originally had a charity in mind, but with everything going on in the world, I might change that. I probably will change that, so I'll let you know. So I'm excited about that. So that's the only thing I've knit on. I haven't been knitting a ton. Thanks. I don't know if I have much other news. We had a surgery at our house last Friday. Literally a surgery.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? So the vet came out last Friday because Gansey, one of my sheep, had a secret testicle that was becoming a real problem. He had way too much testosterone, and I couldn't go near him anymore. My son and my husband were the only ones able to deal with the sheep because he could take me out. And when I called the vet and asked about it, he asked me how much they weigh, how much Gansey weighs. And I had just I had asked the people I bought them from, like, how much do my boys weigh, right? Like, we just needed an approximate. And he sent me back, he said that, they weigh about 190 pounds, which is not, it's normal for Rambouillets and Merinos, but they're very large sheep. Most sheep are like 70 pounds. These guys are huge.
Yeah.
So the vet was like, oh, and I think he thought I was off my rocker and that I had no idea how much a sheep weighs and whatever. I'm like, they're Rambouillets, they're big. Yeah, he weighs about 190 pounds. So I wasn't there for the surgery. My son asked me not to be there. He didn't want me to have extra stress over it, which would stress him out. So I wasn't there, but when I got home, Michael said, my husband says, yeah, you're crazy. He weighs 250 to 300 pounds.
That's funny that you say that, because when you said 190, I'm thinking, that doesn't sound...
Well, they've got all that wool too, right? That makes
Yeah.
them look a lot bulkier. And that's, I think the other two might weigh around 200, 190, 200. But because he's had testosterone for that extra time, he's really broad. So they had to call the vet clinic to bring more medicine for him. They had enough to sedate him to do the surgery, but he needed his painkillers and his antibiotics and stuff on board after, and so they had to call the vet to come bring more. So yeah, he's perfectly fine. Like literally within 5 minutes after the anesthetic wore off, which was within 5 minutes of them being done. Like they timed that like crazy. It's he was up and moving around, a little bit more mellow than normal because of the drugs on board, and we're hoping he'll be a little bit more mellow than.
It'll take some time.
It will take, it could take up to 2 months, 2 or 3
yeah.
months to get the extra testosterone out of his system.
That'll be good. Hopefully.
They said he could have been in some pain because he was castrated before, but they missed a testicle, and he said the scar tissue was holding it up tight to his body, so it could have been painful for him.
Poor bugger.
I know. So he should be nicer because he's not in pain. He should be better without the testosterone, and hopefully I can start being around them again, and maybe even Avery can start being around them again. I think it'll just take a little bit of training to get the behaviors that he's used to out of him too. He won't have that drive to Ramas as much, but he's also been doing it for a year or more. He's been getting too aggressive, so I think it will be a matter of training now to make us more dominant than him, so that he doesn't take me out, because he knocked me to my back the one time. So
can you alpha roll a sheep?
Okay, let me just bring it out.
Probably, I guess. Yeah, I just know I'll have to look some stuff up.
Sounds like a Farrelly Brothers.
Part of the problem was, so if you have a ram, you're not supposed to treat them like a pet. You're not supposed to be petting them and in with them and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So they get more aggressive if you are like that with them, because it's like they want to be with you, but their thing is to butt you and ram you and stuff like that. So because they weren't supposed to be rams, they're weathered, they're fixed rams. They were our pets. They are our pets. They are our babies, and we were in with them, and Avery would go set up in their pen and read and sit in the pen and everything like that. And then when he started getting too aggressive, we couldn't do that. So that kind of led to him being more aggressive too, because we were treating him as if he was weathered when he wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
So because we thought he was weathered, and he wasn't. So yeah. So he had surgery, and he is great, and
hopefully
that should ease things up around our house a little bit. Like, don't underestimate the power of a 300-pound ram.
Yeah.
That's
some big damage.
Yeah, the chaos that can cause. Getting out of the pen, he's like, getting out of the pen, chasing us down, all that kind of stuff. So
living with a monster.
It's crazy. So that's what's new around my house. I know there's something new at your house.
Oh yeah, we got a new baby bird. Her name is Scout. She is a Senegal, and Senegals are, they're a different type, they're a different genus, is that right? I don't know my Latin orders, but species, yeah. So all my other birds are true parrots. They're, I'm gonna murder this. Citizens, that's what they are, citizens. And a Senegal is a poisocene or a poisopus, or I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, what makes her different is she's got a bigger head and a bigger beak. She's super cute.
She's very cute.
She is so adorable. Apparently Senegals can be kind of loud from every YouTube video I've ever watched, but she's really quiet. She like purrs, and she's sweet right now. She's really bonding to us well. She's oh, that didn't sound good. She's 12 weeks. She'll be 13 weeks old, I think, this weekend. So she's like a gangly, she's like a puppy German Shepherd. She hasn't grown into her wings or her feet yet, so she's a little bit gangly and awkward. She doesn't have her balance or anything. Yeah, we love her. Her name's Scout, and that's about it. The other birds hate her. Whatever. It's absolute chaos around our house all the time, so that's about it. I did work, I worked on my my Persian
tiles.
My Persian tiles crochet blanket a little bit. I showed it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and oh yeah, we had the big debate on what you call the factory knitting.
Oh, yeah.
Process knitting, or whatever you call it. So I tried to get all my assembly line.
We got there.
Yeah. Bye,
Sandy.
Bye. So I got it all to pretty much the same state of doneness. So yeah. Anyways, there's 16. I'm not going to show you all of them, but they're all about at the same. Not that one. Not that one. They're all at about the same stage of doneness.
Pretty. Yeah, you need to show them all.
And I think there's 20 colors that I'm using. Maybe not that much, but 16 colors at least. Anyways, there's a bunch of them. And then there's one that I've gone to the next stage, the next round. So,
oh my God, it's so cute.
I'm at this stage now where I'm putting, actually, these are the last 2 borders that you put on before you start leveling them out.
Okay.
So yeah, I was actually lying down when I did this.
Oh,
I was
wow.
crocheting on my back, but I felt like I had to do something, but I couldn't sit up. So anyways, I like it. This will never ever be done, but it'll be the 10-year blanket. I'm only here, and I think I started in December of 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
when we started a whole bunch of crochet stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick you guys up and show you another one of Carrie's whips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can I flip this? I can flip this. Okay. This one on the wall. We put this up here when we took over the store, which is 16 months ago, and Carrie hasn't touched it since. You can see her ball of yarn is still attached to it. It's fallen a couple times, so it's a little messy. We've got a stitch marker stopping it from ripping out. She's got one of her cute progress keepers up there that's been up there. It's funny, people ask if they can buy that because it's
pretty dusty too.
Yeah, it's gonna need a wash.
Yeah.
That's so that's out of Noro Silk Garden. It is beautiful.
My husband said, "Oh, my grandmother used to make this type of fashion throw," and I said, "Yeah, well, it's not out of Silk Garden, so."
Hey, Jess. You guys can see the store a little bit. We've cleaned it up a little. There's Carrie and all our stuff. Look at all that stuff. And yeah, here's the front room. The front room we've changed around. If you've been into the store, this has been worsted weight for the past lot of years. It is now DK weight. So
It's pretty.
yeah, did you see both Carrie's crochet projects? She just showed another one before we showed the one on the wall. So yeah, so this is our room, our lovely board. And then over here is not so clean. You can have a quick peek though. There's our lovely wallpaper. There's Mary Lou. Hi, Mary Lou.
Am I waving at the world?
You are. Yeah. So, all right. I think. Are we done?
I think so.
Sorry, guys. Up close. Up close. We switched sides
Yep.
because that's what happens. Yeah, I think we've shown you everything we've got for now.
Yep, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary Lou? No, she left.
She's gone. We'll say hi to
We'll
her
say-
for you, Allison.
Yeah, I guess that's about it. And thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we store our stashes at home. Well, you've got quite a bit in your office upstairs.
Everything that was bought like last year is in my office upstairs.
Okay. I keep mine at home, but my stash is pretty large, and my mother-in-law came up into my craft room a while back and asked me if this is where Jolynn and I keep our overstock for the store. No, that was just my personal yarn. So yeah, I've got a lot of yarn.
Yeah. So we both have the Kallax system from IKEA, the ones with the cubes, the 12 by 12, 13 by 13 cubes.
Yeah. I've got the 2x8.
2 by 4, so 8.
Yeah, 2x4. Yeah, 8.
Yeah. So she's got the 8. I've got a 2 by 8 and a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2.
Yeah.
So I've got, yeah. Because we have so many animals in our house, I have mine in baskets or bins that fit in there, the IKEA style bins, and I divide it by weight
loosely.
But mostly by weight, and then sometimes it's like sweater quantities, so one bin could have a couple weights in it, but they're already like sweater quantities. I have a huge stash. I've pared it. No, I don't know that I can even say I pared it down anymore. Just back before we took over the store, I donated a bunch of stuff that I knew I would never get to making, and I pared down quite a bit. But then we used to travel.
We used to travel a lot.
We used to travel a lot.
A lot.
And we love supporting local yarn stores, and we love supporting indie dyers. And so at our shows and at our trunk shows and just in our travels as we go into yarn stores, I like to buy souvenirs and yarn. And so even though I got rid of a bunch, I've acquired a bunch. I think I might be still slightly under where I was about a year and a half ago. But yeah, so I keep all mine like that behind closed doors. You have more of yours a little bit on display.
Well, I keep all my fingering weight in that 2x4 IKEA cubby, and I try to keep it organized to singles and self-striping, and then I've got one of those big ottomans. It's probably 2.5 by 4 feet, like one of those upholstered ottomans that open up. and that's chock full.
Is the closet still full?
Yeah, the closet's still got quite a bit in it. And then I've got a whole dresser.
The dresser's in the spare room?
And the dresser's in the spare room. I got a lot of yarn.
She's got a lot of yarn.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's good.
Carrie's she's got some older stashes that she's talked about from when she knit years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But she's pretty new to this yarn thing. Yeah. And so everything in her stash she loves. It's all...
I love it all. I could not part with any of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
So...
Yeah. And it's all been in like 3.5 years that I've acquired it.
Yeah.
So I think I did a count. For sock yarn. So fingering weight yarn with nylon in it that you could use for socks. And if I knit 1 pair of socks every month, I have enough sock yarn for 17 years. I think that's what the numbers were.
Once a month, so 12 a year times 17?
Yeah.
No, that can't be.
I had 180 some odd skeins of sock yarn.
Holy.
Yeah. That's a lot.
You're going to have to make some thick socks where you hold it double.
Yeah.
Like these ones. To blast through some of that.
I know,
that's crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, so that's about it.
Okay.
We are putting these videos.
Oh, yeah.
We're putting this video. Okay, we started a YouTube channel. I guess that's what I want to say. We started a YouTube channel, and we're trying to put these lives, save these lives, and put them onto the YouTube channel for Little Red Mitten. However, we've only been successful once. So we've done this 4 times. This is our 4th or 5th time now.
Yeah, but we just started it with the last one.
Right, because we didn't know how to save the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So join our YouTube channel or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
What was my advice about the Briggs and Little? Wash it? Yeah. I'm sure that's what I said to you, Amber, right? Yeah. Wash it beforehand, and it softens it up before you work with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So subscribe to our YouTube channel for Little Red Mitten.
Nice.
Hi. And then maybe if we're successful in saving this video, it'll be up there. Because we're so tech savvy.
We kind of suck at the technology.
Yeah. So,
but,
oh well.
Yeah.
Good. So I think that's it. Okay. I need to go home and have a nap now. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.